I get to present the resume of a legend. A guy who, as local folklore would have it, used the break and enter as a practice technique. A guy who used to break into the Calvin gym late at night to shoot baskets with the lights out. When you mention Richie Spears' name anywhere in the Maritimes, the response you usually get is the basketball term. That's the guy who used to shoot the lights out at Acadia. In a town rich, pun intended, in sports tradition, the game of basketball, more than any other sport by far, has put this tiny community on the map from the East Coast to the West. So many great teams, so many great players have come through the ranks of our elementary, common school, high school programs over the past 80 years or so. When the debate about who was the greatest player in the history of our town, the conversation always begins and ends with one name, Richie Spears. After an outstanding high school career, Richie began his university career at Acadia University under the influence of the legendary Axeman coach, Stu Aberdeen. In the fall of 1960, in his first university game, he scored 48 points. And that was without three-pointers. Think about that. Even if it was against Ben Allison, Donnie. In 1962, he led the country in scoring. And in 1963, he was the most valuable player in the national championship tournament held at the University of Waterloo, where his team fell in the championship game to Assumption University. After his college career, Richie was drafted to the NBA by the St. Louis Hawks. In 1966, but opted to play for Canada's national team, instead where he was the starting guard for 2 years. In 1967, he played for Nova Scotia in the first Canada Winter Games held in Quebec City, and also played in the Pan American Games. Richie Spears finished his distinguished career in 1970 playing professional basketball in Belgium. He then turned to coaching. In the 70s, leading Dawson College of Montreal to the National Small College Championship. Later, he coached the Laurentian women's teams to a national powerhouse and ended his coaching career at San Diego State University. An amazing career for a truly amazing basketball legend. It's my pleasure to call on Richie Spears to come forward to be inducted into the Waterford and District Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Richie.
Lowell asked me to say a couple of words, and you know, basketball has been you know, the major part of my life, and other aspects of my life were a disappointment to Stu Aberdeen. He hoped the education would lead to executive positions and you know, a few too many marriages and stuff, and so he was pretty disappointed in me. The other night, actually, I had a dream that I passed away, and I went up there to, you know, pearly gates, and I presented myself, and they checked the records and said, no way, you can't be here, you have to go down below. I said, oh, well, I kind of expected that, you know, but is my old coach here, Stu Aberdeen? Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's in there now. They're playing a game. I said, well, look, can I watch from the outside? You know, I had a lot of experience at the ball field. I used to look in at the games, you know. And so they said, you can do that, you know. So I waited, and I said, look, I'd like to leave him a note. Can I just say, you know, thank you for the great experiences in life, and so I handed the guy the note, and he brought it over to Aberdeen, and he, you know, put it on the clipboard. Aberdeen was in the middle of a game. It was a tough game. It was tied at the half. It came down 12 seconds to go. 12 seconds to go. They had the ball. Turnover. 9 seconds to go. They stole the ball again. Now they got 8 seconds. 8 seconds left in the game. Everybody calls timeout. He looks at the players. He walks around, and he looks down the bench. He talks with his assistants. He looks at the scoreboard to see how much time. Yeah, it was 8 seconds, and that's a score. You know, we are down 1. And so he calls another timeout. And he brings the thing over, and he calls the manager over, and he took my name and he said, "Bring this guy in for the last shot."